On this episode of the Whiskey Tornado, we review Woodinville Cask Strength Bourbon. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Whiskey Tornado. I'm your host Lance. I am super excited about today's episode. I got a store pick in from A1 Liquors in Effingham, Illinois. They do a fantastic job picking out barrels, and today is no different. I wanted to review this for them today so that people can taste along, see if you taste the same notes I taste, or if you think I'm full of shit. So this A1 store pick of Woodinville single barrel comes in at 120.04 proof, so pretty hot. I'm really looking forward to getting into this with you guys and exploring it. For those of you new to the Whiskey Tornado, let me quickly explain our scoring system. The first thing you need to know is don't take this too seriously. I just like to pick apart bourbons and really dive into a bunch of different categories. At the end of the day, all we're really wanting to know is this bottle bar worthy, or should you pass it and leave it on the store shelves? I have 7 categories. I rank 0 to 1.5 being average. 2 of the categories are weighted, meaning they have half the value of the other categories, and that's appearance and availability, because I just don't think those categories are as important as what's in the bottle. At the end, we add all those up. Any score of 3 or better is bar worthy. Definitely buy that. You're gonna feel safe buying it. You're gonna love it when you get it home. Anything 4 or better is it's so good, you might wanna bunker some just in case you can't find that bottle on the shelves in years to come. All right, so with all that being said, let's get into the appearance of Woodinville Cask Strength Single Barrel from A1 Liquors in Effingham, Illinois. All right, guys, so as you can see, Woodinville did a fantastic job with this bottle, and A1 Liquors did an even better job with the stickers on the back. They were able to get this bottle close to the opening day of baseball season, so they made 2 distinct stickers, one for Cardinals fans and one for Cubs fans. It's Woody Woodpecker holding a bat that says Woodinville Sluggers. So you guys all know we are suckers for stickers and love our bottles with stickers of its store picks, and they did a great job all the way around. We're gonna give it a 0.8 on appearance. Now recently, somebody on my channel, TN on YouTube, said, great vid, great review. This was on the Barrel Proof 27 batch. He says, but who gives a shit about the look of a bottle? It seems ridiculous to me to make this a factor in the scoring of bottles of whiskey. So I told him that I don't disagree that it's not an important category, and that's why it's handicapped in my reviewing system. But I do think it's important. The juice that distilleries are putting into these bottles are in essence a piece of their art. It's art from the distillery, and I think the packaging should represent that. So I absolutely think that we should score appearance. It is important. It does help the marketing, helps with the story of the bottle and what's in it. So that's why I do rate the appearance, but I handicap it. It only gets half the value of the other categories. All right, moving on to availability. This is, again, another handicapped category, and good thing it is, because this is a store pick, so, you know, it's very limited. It's gonna be hard to find, but you can find different store picks of Woodinville. They all have differences and variances. That's what makes store picks so special. That's why I love A1 Liquors in Effingham. They have so many store picks. It's just very special to go there and shop and find very unique barrels of bourbon. They'll even let you taste some. The availability on this is a 0.2, but again, it's a store pick and not very available. All right, let's move on to the important categories, the categories you guys came here for, and that first one is nose. Now, when I go through nose, I'm looking for sweetness, I'm looking for fruit, I'm looking for spice, and I'm looking for anything else. So let's get into the nose and see what we've got here on this A1 pick. I really like the nose on this. the very first thing I got was caramel and vanilla. So I always take it through a progression. I look for sweetness first, then I look for fruit, then I look for spices, and then is there anything else? Now, as I smell that caramel, vanilla, there's a really interesting note that I get on this. It's like dusty bubble gum. If you guys ever collected cards as a kid and they had that hard stick of bubble gum in there, think of that when you smell this and tell me I'm wrong. It smells like those dusty bubble gum sticks. But caramel, vanilla, if I'm looking for fruit, I would say, I think I can smell a little bit of red apples and maybe some like light cherry. Not real strong cherry, just light. I'm not sure that I get any spices on the nose. And then the other thing I get on the nose is a crafty note. Now, Woodinville is a smaller distillery. They're a craft distillery. They're growing. They make incredible products. But on Woodinville, I get a crafty note. And when I say crafty note, I'm thinking like fresh cut wood, like if you sawed a 2x4 or like a barn floor. I know that doesn't sound great, but it's there. That note is there. There is a little bit of craftiness, but not as much craftiness as I remember on their standard offering that I had a year ago, which we're going to taste test against this pick here in a minute. Yeah, that's definitely there, that little crafty note. But it's not bad. It's not off-putting. A lot of times I have craft and I get that same note and it's off-putting. This is not off-putting. And when you're rating craft distilleries, you can't give them the same criteria as the big boys. It's really hard. So yeah, the nose is nice. I'm going to give the nose an average score here, although I'm going to give it an average score of 0.5. I'm really close to bumping it to a 0.6 because I love that dusty bubblegum note that I'm getting. All right, let's move on to the palate. Cheers, Rusty Water Society. So on the palate, I'm doing the same thing. I'm looking for sweetness first. What sweet notes am I getting? What fruit notes? What spice notes? And then what kind of other notes am I getting? You know, I don't think there's any right or wrong way to taste whiskey. Do it how you like. And even if, you don't want to get like super involved in this, don't, just drink it. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. No big deal. You don't have to get all snobby with it. But the very first thing I got in the sweetness category on the palate was vanilla. Oh man, for the fruit. Now I said I got light cherries on the nose. On the palate, I'm getting a hug. 120 proof is hugging me. On the fruit note, there is a beautiful, like really dark cherry note. It's not medicinal cherry. It's not like your regular cherries. It's like a really dark cherry note. Really nice. I love that. Man. As it transitions to the back of my palate, there's like a winter green note. Yeah, so I got vanilla and then dark cherries and then winter green. I don't know if I'd say spearmint, but somewhere along those lines, there is like a minty note in there. I can't remember the mash bill on this, but I think it is a little bit higher rye. Maybe not. Maybe 20% rye. I can't remember. I'll check afterwards. But yeah, that winter green note's really nice. And then there is that slight crafty note of that like sawdust, fresh cut wood. But it's not bad at all. This is complex. It's beautiful. Wow, I really like this. This is probably the best craft whiskey that I've had. It is fantastic. I'm gonna give the palate a 0.7. All right, moving on to the finish. Man, this thing has lots of barrel spice, feels like lots of rye. It is prickly, it is dancing all over my tongue. If you're newer to bourbon, it's gonna be a hot gal. You're gonna have to take some time with it. You may have to add some water to it to enjoy it. It may fight you a little bit. The finish on it It's really long with those like wintergreen notes, tons of barrel spice. It just dances all over with like peppery notes. It's really good. Nice, good hug. I'd give the finish a 0.7. All right, moving on to the body. Now, the body is where this particular bottle absolutely shines. If you like bourbons that are velvety and creamy and have that kind of texture and lots of weight, this is a home run. I mean, it is such a good, creamy, velvety mouthfeel. Let me take one more sip here. Yeah, I love the weight of this. Man, it is buttery. Buttery is a perfect word to describe the body of this. Buttery and really viscous, creamy, velvety. Man, I think that's the highest category for this. That's the category that shines for me is the body. I'm gonna give it a 0.8. All right, moving on to value. This was a $70 bottle, but it is barrel proof, it's store pick, and it's a craft distillery. So when you can support a small business like A1 Liquors and you can support a craft distillery, home run, $70, I'll pay it all the time. 120 proof, really unique store pick. That's fantastic. I'm gonna give the value a 0.7. And guys, that brings our total score for the A1 store pick of Woodinville a 3.9. It is 1000% bar worthy. If you guys got a hold of this, you are not gonna be sad. It is really good. It's right on that bunker category for me. It's by far the best craft whiskey I've had. I love it. It's a home run. I can't wait to share this with some people and put it in some blinds and see where it falls. I do want to taste it against the regular Woodinville, which I know isn't fair because I think the regular Woodinville is 90 proof, but I have a glass poured here. Oh, this is so much richer, so much more complex. The nose isn't bad though on this. I don't get very many like craft notes on the nose on the regular Woodinville. I'm gonna take a sip. Cheers again, guys. It's nice, it's delicate, it's caramel, vanilla. Don't really get, I guess I get a light cherry note there, but not crazy strong like in this. These are such completely different animals. If you've had the Woodinville, you haven't had the Woodinville A1 store pick. It's not even the same animal. This has so much more complexity, so much more body, beautiful dark cherry notes, and a beautiful wintergreen note that I absolutely love that dances all over your tongue. Narav and the gang that picked this Woodinville pick, I think Mo did as well. You guys in the Rusty Water Society that picked this, fantastic job, A+. I just love what you guys do. Thanks for everything you do, the lottery, all the store picks for everybody in the community. You guys are fantastic. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you're part of the Rusty Water Society and you've had this pick, please put your notes below. Let me know, are you tasting the same things I taste, or am I completely crazy?